Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are Aaron and Kathy Parker. We are excited to be here. We have some incredible information to share with you and some incredible guest speakers who are going to be on sharing how these products and how this opportunity has completely changed their life and how it can change your life, not only with wellness, but also in the financial department. So before we dive into the details, I want to show you guys something really cool. And I apologize, we couldn't get everybody because there's like literally hundreds of people, but this is a brand new product that you're going to be hearing about tonight. And it's not even available for purchase because it sold out within 2 hours.
Yeah.
We don't know if or when it's coming back, but you can get on the VIP list when you get back to the person who invited you here, and they'll let you know when it's back in stock. And the good news is we actually have this exact product available now in powder form, and you're going to be learning all about that. So with that being said,
Absolutely.
we ready?
We are ready.
All
Let's
right,
kick this off.
let's do this.
So we are here tonight. Your friend, somebody that loves and cares about you, said, hey, you need to check that out. That is why Aaron and I are here. We are actually diamond leaders with this amazing company because a friend thought very well of us and kept telling us for an entire year that we needed to check this out. Now, we have been in this industry for 20 years. It's actually how we met at an event. So there you go. You don't need dating apps. Just get to a business event and you'll meet someone like-minded. But we absolutely love this industry. It has blessed our lives. But we found ourselves in a situation a year ago, more than a year
A year and a half ago.
A year and a half ago, where we were unhappy and frustrated, and we wanted a place, a home where our team could win. And in comes our friend Tina, who you are going to hear about. You're actually going to hear from a lot of amazing diamonds on this Zoom tonight. So we're going to dive in and talk about this amazing opportunity that has absolutely blessed our lives and changed it as well. Not just financially, but health-wise. And the company is called Tranat. And it's a French word. It actually means to change lives. And that is what this company is all about. So a little bit about us. The company, it is actually funded in 2013. And you can see we are an award-winning company. And the mission statement is impact 1 billion lives for good in the first 30 years. And they are well on their way. They are actually over 35 million lives impacted through their giving, their charity, their health, and their wealth products. So you can see here are the amazing owners. Drop a comment, drop a fire emoji if you were just with us last weekend in Provo, Utah, and you got to meet the amazing owners of this company. Maybe even got to snag a picture with them because they are so humble, and just so many comments from this past weekend of people saying, I've never felt more important. I've never felt seen like I have here. We go all in on culture and lifting everyone up. And you can see all of the flags of the countries that we are currently in and globally expanding. So one of the reasons why my husband and I were so excited about not just the opportunity, which you are going to hear about, but the products, is because supplements are no stranger to us. I actually have a background in personal training. I am a jiu-jitsu coach. My husband is a competitive CrossFitter. And so a third of our kitchen is supplements. Anybody else? Is it just me? I feel like we have more supplements than food in our house. And so quality was something that was very important to us, especially with competing and testing. We have to make sure that what we consume is clean, and we have that here. I was highly impressed. We are third-party validated. We are GMP certified. And the testing is independent lab. That means we outsource it to make sure everything is top-notch quality, no impurities, contaminants, molds, anything like that. Because if you are, committed to your health and ingesting things, you want to make sure that it's not counterintuitive to that. We do have a few lines of products. We have Core Cellular Health, We also have a simple beauty line with amazing collagen and skincare products. And we also have a complete stamina line. So we have all of the bases covered. But tonight we are really going to focus on one, not only an award-winning system that personally helped my own metabolic health and helped me lose 20 pounds and, get my high blood pressure in check. And we're also going to talk about our amazing products that we just launched last weekend. So first up, we're going to talk about this award-winning system. And I'm going to bring on our friend Tina, who introduced us to this. We actually both got to be beta testers. And what I love about Tina is her entire story, because we've known Tina for, oh my goodness, over 6 years now. And it's been really fun to watch her entire health journey. And I don't want to tell her full story. I want her to tell it. But we have watched her put in the work and transform her health. And when she came here, this award-winning system helped her even more. We all dropped our jaws, and amazing people are getting results. So Tina Joy Carroll, who, by the way, is a red diamond with this company, she's going to share with you all about our daily health system.
Hi, thank you so much for that sweet introduction. And yes, I have definitely transformed my entire life. I was actually looking at some photos today back from that last event we were together at in, I believe it was March of 2022. And I was in the, like, smack dab in the middle of my journey, my health journey then. And I thought, man, look how far I've come. I'm going to share a photo of that tomorrow. But what I want to share is some facts with you guys, some statistics with you guys. That it's statistically proven that 97 million Americans are insulin resistant and pre-diabetic, and they don't even know it. And 34 million Americans are already type 2 diabetic. So why am I bringing that up? Because we have a metabolic health crisis going on, and you need to know that there is help out there. And like Kathy said, we had the privilege of getting to test these products before they came out to the public. And so one of the things they had us do in testing these products was wear a continuous glucose monitor. They wanted us to get readings to see where we were and get a baseline of where we were, and then start using the products, because you can actually get a measurable result using these products. And so what I found was very scary. My highs were in the 300s, or almost 300, and my lows were dipping below 40. And I had no idea that I was in the danger zone. I was one of those 97 million Americans that was insulin resistant and pre-diabetic. I went to the doctor. I got all my blood work done. Turns out that there was still hope. I could still turn things around. And so I started using this award-winning system. And why did it win an award? Why did it win the Gold Stevie Award? Because it does everything I'm about to tell you that it does. So the very first thing is it converts carbs and sugars into soluble fiber in your gut before it hits your bloodstream. So if you don't kind of understand how the body works, whenever you eat something, your blood sugar is doing this all of the time. It's going up and down and up and down. And just for the layman terms, it's wearing your pancreas completely out. And that is why you end up pre-diabetic and insulin resistant. And so what this product is doing is it's turning those carbs and turning those sugars into soluble fiber in your gut before it hits your bloodstream. And so if you did not know this, in the absence of carbs and sugars, it forces your body to burn fat. And you're also giving your body a break from all the highs and lows of the blood sugar spikes and dips. Then, if that wasn't enough, we decided to add a second product to this bundle that literally made it what I like to call a masterpiece. And that is something called Activate. Now, Activate is so incredibly cool. How many of you out there have heard of the weight loss shots, whether it's Wegovy or Mounjaro or semaglutide? All of those things have one thing in common. And I'm not here to talk about whether they're good or they're bad. People have them, they need them, people have gotten great results on them. I just want you to understand what it is and why you need this system if you're on it, and why you need this system if you don't want to be on that. And so all of those are a synthetic form of GLP-1 hormone. And so anytime you inject anything synthetic into your body, it then sends a signal to your brain that your body does not have to produce it anymore. Now, why is this dangerous? Because when you come off of it, this is why 2/3 of the people that come off of these shots gain all of their weight back because they have no more GLP-1 hormone production in their body. What our product does is it helps you naturally increase your own GLP-1 hormone. So if you're on the shot and you're looking for an exit strategy, this system is going to be for you. If you're like, yeah, I'm not about the pharmaceutical life, then this system is going to be for you because it's going to naturally increase your body's GLP-1 hormone production, which is going to make you feel fuller faster and longer. It's going to shut off that food noise. It's also, look at all of these results of these people using the system, you guys. It's absolutely incredible. But it's also going to activate your AMPK. Now, you could Google all of the things that your AMPK does, but I'm just going to tell you about two. One, it sends a signal to your brain for your body to burn fat for fuel, and it specifically targets your midsection, that visceral fat that is the most dangerous fat on your body. And then number two, it is scientifically proven that when your AMPK is activated, your body cannot store fat. So now we have one supplement that is now going to help us burn fat because we're turning carbs and sugars into fiber. Now we have another supplement that says, oh, wait, we can't even store fat. I don't know what more I need to tell you, but let me just tell you this. You want this system. So last March, 1 year ago, when I started this complete system, I was stuck. I was stuck. I was 48 years old and the scale would not move. It did not matter how much I went to the gym. It did not matter what I was eating. I could quite literally starve myself. And I promise you, the scale would not move. I had no idea it was related to all of these hormonal metabolic issues. So when I got on this system, finally, I started to see the scale move. I was dancing anywhere between 158 and 160 pounds, and the scale was just staying there. Now I'm at 133 pounds. I'm the lowest I've ever been in my adult life. I'm now 49 years old. I feel better than I ever have. My skin is clearer. My gut health is so much better. They're going to share more about these products that help with gut health in just a minute. I believe that's one of the most important supplements that you can get from us is that gut health pill, by the way. But my gut health is under control. I literally feel like a different human and feel better now than I did like literally in my 20s and my 30s. It's just so wild. And then on top of that, how many of you feel like you struggle to get enough protein in? Like they tell you you need to be getting this many grams of protein a day, and you're like, how am I ever going to get all that protein in? Especially if you're like me and protein shakes aren't really your jam. Like they're just not my jam. I want them to be my jam. I've bought all the kinds, they're just not my jam. Well, we have a solution for you. We actually just launched a clear protein. This is it right here. If you've never heard of a clear protein, you guys, it literally is so refreshing. It's a strawberry flavor. You just mix it in water and then put some ice on it. And it's like a refreshing summer drink. You could have all kinds of fun with this, with mocktails and all kinds of things, but it is so delicious. And it also comes with energy and without. So if you're looking for something to kind of get a twofer, 2-in-1 kind of deal, you can get the one with energy, which is what I use. And I absolutely love it. It gives me good, clean energy without the jitters. And when you start getting enough protein in your diet, you're going to start to see the scale move. You're going to feel so much better. You're going to reduce your cravings. Most people are craving sweets and sugars because they're not getting enough protein. When you start getting more protein in your diet, you're going to stop craving all of those things and you're going to stay fuller longer. So that is my spiel for you tonight. I'm just telling you, you should absolutely give it a try. Your body is not broken. You have just got to get it doing what God designed it to do, and supplements will help you do that.
I love that. And what Tina forgot to mention is that she has lost over 100 pounds in her health journey. And then when she talked about the stall, that was, all of that success. And then boom, DHS helped her. And then what she was talking about is our little Enrich here. Enrich is life. Whoever feels after you eat any carbohydrates like a busted can of biscuits, right? You are so bloated. You feel like your button is going to pop right off of your pants. I cannot be the only one. And so I was willing to try this. I am a girly with the irritable stomach, if you know what I mean. I got diagnosed with it when I was 16, and I've literally tried everything. All of the probiotics, all of the fermented foods. I've even drinking aloe vera juice. It's not the tastiest thing. So I was like, yes, I will try it. I will tell you now, for the last year and a half, I will not go a single meal without our digestive enzyme. It is called Enrich. And I should have gotten a pudding for you guys. You have to get back with the person who got you on here and say, I need to see the pudding demo because it's very powerful. This is a blend of several digestive enzymes. It's stronger than any of the digestive enzymes on the market that you can go to the store and get, okay? It also has stabilized probiotics and prebiotics in there. So when your gut is right, everything else works better. You will absorb more nutrients, your macronutrients, your proteins, your healthy, fats, all of those things. Anybody want to reach their protein goals? Imagine absorbing more. It's going to help you increase your absorption of your micronutrients, all of those vitamins and minerals. So if you are starting any regimen at all with supplements, you need our digestive enzyme. All right, next, I'm going to have Mr. Muscle here, my companion, Aaron Parker. I call him Mr. CrossFit. He's going to talk about a brand new product that I actually was excited for because it's not just for the gym bros. But
now, she's going to probably fill in the gaps, okay? Just keeping it real because she's the product expert. But this is a product that I've actually been taking for years. How many of you, let me know in the chat, have you ever taken creatine? Put a 1. If you never have, put a 2. So yes, you have. 1, 2, you never have. Let's see. So here's the deal. This is something that is for everyone. It's not just for those who want to get big muscles. This is, of all the supplements in the supplement world, creatine is one of the most, if not the most studied supplement of all the supplements. And you could do a simple Google search of, benefits of creatine, and you're going to get a huge list. So this is not just for the dudes who want to get bigger muscles. This is for everyone. There are incredible benefits you can see on the screen, from enhancing your strength and endurance, which is just great in general, to supporting healthy memory. Who wants better memory? We all do. And this is a big one. How about improved attention span and focus? This product can do that for you. Take a screenshot of this because there's a lot of words, but this is just a quick snapshot. And again, when you get back to the person who invited you here, they're going to be able to send you a link. And that link is going to allow for you to read more about this and place your order so you can get some creatine. So, honey, what did I miss?
Okay, well, it's not just for the muscles. It's also a very powerful supplement. By the way, one of the most studied, clinically studied supplements there are out of any supplements that exist. And that. You did say that? Okay. But it's so good for women. Where are my ladies at? Who drop a 1 if you are in perimenopause, drop a 2 if you are in menopause. Drop a 3 if you are just concerned about going through that. Well, creatine, and I did not know this, actually can help with perimenopause symptoms. And that blew my mind. So ours is a cognitive creatine. Anybody have brain fog because of your perimenopause? It's so thick you can't see through. You need a lighthouse. This is going to help with that. So we have alpha GPC in there and sage extract, and both of those have been clinically proven to help with cognition, memory, focus, and that brain fog. It's also going to help support your lean muscle mass and your bone health, which is super critical for us ladies going through that time. So heart health as well. So definitely get with the creatine. And speaking of that, we're going to bring on our next guest to talk about a brand new product specifically for us ladies. So listen up, gentlemen, listen to, chances are you have a lady in your life that we are super excited for. So this individual, she is just absolutely amazing. She's like Aaron's little sister. She teases him all the time, but she is a Diamond Pro Elite, and she actually found this industry. She was a paramedic and she was just burnt out. She never got to see her husband or her kids. As you guys can imagine, when you are in the service like that, it can take a toll on you. And a friend actually introduced her to a product that helped change her health, and now her whole life with this type of opportunity. And now she is one of our amazing leaders So Sarah, please come on and share this amazing product.
Yay! I'm so excited to be here, you guys. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Yes, somehow I feel like Erin and I were separated at birth. Didn't even know it. Didn't even know it till we got here, and we razz each other constantly. It's really fun. But here's what I got to tell you guys. I have to be honest. First of all, there's a lot of chicks on here. I see a lot of chicks. But there's a lot of dudes too, okay? And I'm gonna guess you probably have a lady in your life, right? Maybe you have a sister, perhaps a mother, I'm hoping, or a friend or somebody, a daughter, right? Everybody knows somebody that's going to end up probably going through the super fun shift in life that we all end up having to go through as ladies, right? So I'll be honest, this was not something I really considered happening to me. In my mind, menopause was for very old women. In my mind, you were about 75 when that hit. I don't know what I was thinking, but apparently I didn't have all the information, because guess what? I found out this weekend it actually starts at 35. Okay? So if you are horrified by that fact like I was, I have some great news. I was starting to experience some of these like pre-menopause. I don't even know, like, are we supposed to say pre or peri? I think they just changed it up to make it more complicated. It's the same thing, okay? When you're in the very beginning stages, right? 35 and up. That's when you start, I know, right? 35, that's what I thought. I was like, well, that is offensive. 35? You're still having babies at 35, pre-menopause. So here's what I learned. First of all, there's 103 different symptoms that you're going to begin to experience as you're heading into this shift of life, okay? Now, men go through their own shift. That's not this. This is literally very specific for females. But I'll tell you, like I said, if you're a man with a female in your life, this is going to make your life better too, okay? This is just going to be better for everybody. This is called For Her. This is a supplement specifically designed to help as you are going through this. And yes, that's a great point. I just saw in the comments, just another really cool fact about this, you never actually get out of it. It gets better. You have it till you die. So this is going to help as you're moving through those years. This is a phenomenal plant-based supplement. All of our supplements are plant-based with the exception of our collagens, okay? We are big on plants. And if you can see some of these testimonies, you can see like physical changes in people's bodies from plants. We have the scientific advisory board that formulates these specifically to target exactly where there's a need, okay? This is, I don't know if you guys watch TV very often, but you'll probably notice more and more and more of the commercials that you're going to see out there are for menopause, right? I'm seeing it a lot because now you have the millennials, the Gen Xers, the baby boomers are already gone through it, right? But they still need supplementation. Guys, this is a pre-trend product right here. And the ingredient list, like I actually wrote it out because I'm an ingredients nerd and I'd still not heard of all of these ingredients. So I did a deep dive and I was so incredibly surprised to see what we're putting in this that's so helpful for your body. So I'm going to break these 4 quick ingredients down in here for you guys. But the goal of this is to supplement and help your body process through those symptoms that you experience. Everybody knows like the insomnia and the night sweats and the hot flashes. Anybody seen that TikTok where that lady is at a baseball game and it's cold outside? She's got a shaved head and there's just steam rolling off of her head. Yeah, I was like, that sounds, I can't wait for that. Like, what? It was literally like she was on fire. It was her hot flash. Okay, so this is going to be helpful with that. Let me read you guys these 4 top ingredients, and I want you to just listen to what they are good for. Okay, some of these are a little crazy. These are all plant-based herbs. Now, one we've probably heard of, ashwagandha, right? Everybody's heard of that. This is Shodan ashwagandha. Okay, so this is the most bioavailable form of ashwagandha out there, and it reduces your cortisol. I'm a fan of that. It supports mood stability, lowers your anxiety, and it sharpens your mental clarity. It's literally a powerhouse nootropic. It's very good for your emotional and your cognitive swings, which I just think females in general already, we struggle with, right? Most of us. unless you're a robot. And so this is going to be huge in regulating that as you're moving through this particular time of your life. Okay, so that's what that ashwagandha is going to be super good for. The Angelica gigas. Never heard of that before. It's a digestive and circulatory system hero. I loved that. It just helps with a lot of the digestive issues that we're suffering with as we're going through this change of life. So the heartburn and the gas and the poor circulation and insomnia. This is something that not everybody talks about. Now the insomnia part we talk about, but no chicks like to talk about GI issues. You know, I mean, poor Kathy was even just sharing, like, it's not fun, right? This is going to help with that. That's one very specific one that I had never heard of before. Phlomis ambrosia. This one is known for its ability to fight inflammation and oxidative stress. This is phenomenal, you guys. The amount of oxidative stress that we're getting on the daily, just in general, is wild. But this plant was traditionally used for our rheumatoid arthritis, but it has powerful antimicrobial and antioxidant properties that really help with that overall balancing. Okay, that's huge. I've never taken something with that in it. And at the end, I'm going to tell you what's been happening to me 2 months on this product. Okay. The last one, this one took me half the afternoon to figure out how to pronounce. Cyanchum wilfordii. It's real. Look at the little thing. It's a Korean medicinal herb with a track record of easing menopause symptoms. It helps with muscle and bone strength. It combats hair graying. Hello. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's a real thing. This is a real plant. I was so excited about that. And it supports your musculoskeletal system. Basically, it's your full body defender. Okay, so those are the 4 primary powerhouse supplements or ingredients in this particular supplement. This is going to help with all of those 103 things that you can suffer with as a female over the age of 35. This is phenomenal. I will tell you that I got this in January. And I didn't have high expectations because remember what I said? I thought it was for old ladies. I was not excited about this. I'll be honest. I was like, I'm going to send that to my grandma. I don't feel like this is something for me. Well, that was wildly inaccurate because I desperately needed this. I wasn't paying attention to how many night sweats I was having or the fact that I was waking up constantly. I just thought maybe it was busyness of life, right? I started taking this, you guys, and those were the 2 biggest things I noticed. Already my brain fog was better with some of the products that I was using. But this cleared it. This absolutely cleared it. Suddenly I had laser focus all day long. Suddenly I wasn't walking into a room being like, why did I come in here? Who does that? Put a 1 in the comment if you've ever done that. Put a 1 in the comment if you do that every day. That's me, where I walk in and I'm like, what? Or I'll be like, what time do I get my kids from school? What time is it? What is today? Tuesday? I don't even know. That's what my brain was doing a lot. That stopped with this. It stopped the night sweats. I'm no longer waking up at night drenched in sweat. I'm not having these wild hot flashes throughout the day, which I just would attribute to like that time of the month for me, even when it wasn't. I don't know what I was thinking. This helped huge with that. And I'm able to sleep fully through the night. And that's probably what I'm hearing a lot from people my age that they're really struggling the most with. They're like, I'm so sick of waking up constantly throughout the night. And it's not because I just have to go to the bathroom or whatever. It's literally this. It's this pre-menopause, menopause garbage that we have to go through. So this is going to be a phenomenal way, you guys, to support your body through that. Whether you are a female, where you know a female, this is something you're going to want to add in. It's been a game changer. We have another supplement that's beautiful for hormonal health. This was the icing on the cake that I needed that finally regulated those last few things that were still really bothering me. And I'm so excited that I actually get to move into the rest of my life having the support I need, because I know most of us probably heard from our moms and grandmas and whoever about what a nightmare it was to go through menopause. Like, I was very scared, to be honest, and I'm not anymore because I'm already getting to experience what this is going to do for regulating my body. So this is amazing. You guys, put it in your cart. Add this to your list. Save this for the person that you love that might be going through this. Screenshot this. You can also find this on our website, or like Erin said, you can get back together with the person that added you to this Zoom and invited you, and they can send you a link directly to it. You can pick it apart and look through it. This is a game changer. I'm so freaking excited about this. I'm excited about menopause now. That still feels so old to say, but I kind of am. I don't got to be stressed anymore. It's going to be great.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Sarah, so much. And Sarah's right. I mean, how many of us saw our moms suffer through this and nobody really talked about it? There wasn't much support. And so I'm very excited about that. And in case you guys didn't catch on to that, the Estro G100 blend is patented and clinically proven to help with perimenopause and menopause symptoms. So that is huge. Who sees how many women could benefit from this? Drop a 1 if you're like, holy moly, I know somebody in my life. And so I want you guys to wrap your mind around this. You know so many. Maybe it's you, maybe it's a close friend. You've already seen some of the products, which, by the way, hang around because you have a chance to win the protein in a can. That is amazing. But I want you to realize the opportunity. I was just looking up the McKinsey Institute of Research and, seeing and researching women's health, and there is such a gap. And they are projecting that the healthcare gap for women is $1 trillion industry-wide opportunity by 2040. That's right around the corner. And we have natural solutions to that. So we're going to transition into the opportunity around that and how you can benefit from sharing with those you love about these amazing products.
Absolutely. So if you're here and you just want to try the products, then you can just get with the person who invited you. They'll send you the link and you can become a customer, which is awesome. For those of you that want to learn how we are generating a substantial extra income working from home. This is actually what we do full time to support our family. There are people on this Zoom who are making tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of dollars in this business. And you're about to learn how that is possible. But first, we have...
Yes, we have some amazing Diamond leaders that are going to share a business testimony. And first, I'm going to bring up, because ladies rule, an amazing Diamond leader. Sorry, babe. Chris is on here. He's going to come up soon. We're not leaving the fellas out. But I want to bring up our friend, Diamond leader, Miss Rhonda Allison. She has actually been in the entrepreneur space and been business-minded since she was 15. She's always been a business owner for over 25 years. And so she knows what to look for with a successful business. So she's going to share with you about the amazing opportunity that we have here. Miss Rhonda.
Thanks so much. Well, my story's long because I'm older, but I'll make it short. So, yeah, like she said, I've always been business minded. I always wanted to call my own shots. I wanted to stay home with my kids when they were little. So I decorated cakes and did every single thing I could to stay home with them. And then I ended up opening a ladies' clothing store and a jewelry business for 25 years. I had big business. I had a lot of overhead and inventory and employees, and I made a lot of money. But guess what? I did not get to bring all that money home. And in 1998, someone introduced me to this world of network marketing that changed everything for me. But even at that, I was part-time spare time for about 17 years while I had my other businesses. So I want you to know you don't have to do this full time. You can do it along with what you're already doing. And so I've learned a lot in the industry. I've learned what to look for. And along the way, I just will be very clear. I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer in 2021. Life happened to me, and it really knocked me out of the game of business at all for about 1.5 years. And I had lots of good things going on with that, and my insurance didn't cover all my treatments. I am now, praise God, cancer free, but I ended up through that with $50,000 worth of debt. And I don't know, you ladies, I shop at Dillard's and it's such a cool store and I love to work at Dillard's, but I know working at Dillard's was not going to ever pay off that debt I had. So I started thinking, okay, what can I do? And I knew that network marketing would be a very lucrative industry if I could just find the right product line. So I seriously just started looking around and praise the Lord, Tina Joy Carroll is loud and proud and she was posting and y'all, I did not know her, but I knew of her. I knew she was a great leader in the industry. I actually knew she had made more money than me. And I wanted to partner with someone that that had a big vision that I could get to where I needed to get to financially quicker. So I did not come here just for products. I came here to build a business. And because I've been in business for many years, there were boxes I needed to check off. And I beat her up for about 3 weeks needing to know all the stuff because I wanted to know, is this going to be worth my time? And so here, I've got this little list right here, my little checklist. And products, of course, was the number one thing. And I saw a testimony group that had some amazing stories there. And they did not have to convince me the products worked because I could see the stories. And I knew the pay plan had to be good because I have been in companies before where the product was good and the pay plan was not good. And I didn't want to be that again. Or maybe I was in a company where the pay plan was good, the product wasn't that good. It was very rare to find all the boxes checked off. So I needed a good pay plan. And I knew the pay plan was good because I had found out what some of the ladies were making and had made in the last couple of years. They were making career high income in this company I had not even heard of. And I have been in this industry a really, really long time. The company was like 10 years old and I had never heard of it, which was pretty cool in my mind that I could be literally first in my area. So I knew the pay plan was good because they were making career high income. I needed systems in place. I needed a modern day franchise that I could just step into this thing and it would just have the wheels were turning and I didn't have to create anything because I've been in companies before where I had to create the system and it took me 6 months to figure that out. And with this, they already had a system in place and I'm like, okay, all I got to do is step in. I love the fact that we have an amazing community and I saw that very quickly. I saw that people really cared about you and not necessarily somebody just in your upline, but crossline. I could see that everybody really cared about each other. And then I actually did and have gotten to meet the owners. That was very important to me and corporate staff, what kind of, I guess, their view of everything and kind of their confidence. So I actually got to meet someone corporately and spent some time with him and I really liked him. And, you know, when you walk in a company's office and there's this 20-foot wall that says we want to serve 1 billion lives by the time we've been in business 30 years, that meant something to me. And so all those boxes were checked off. But I'll just be honest, I had still lost my confidence. You know, I hadn't done this in a while and I just didn't know if I could do it again. But I was desperate. I needed to pay off that $50,000 worth of debt. And one day my husband just pushed me over the edge. He said, you just need to try it. So I did. On March the 6th of 2023, I said yes. And I'm not one just to put my toe in the water. I'm just going to give you some advice. Don't just try. Jump in the deep end because it's going to work. So it's worked for so many people. So I gave it a go. Like I really tried. I put myself into it and started inviting people to take a look. And in 7 months, I hit my career high income. In 9 months in 2023, we made a 6-figure income. We got to pay off our $50,000 worth of debt on our credit card. It has changed my life. And because it has changed my life, I am so passionate to help other people. Y'all have been here 2 years. And today I'm as excited as I was the day I started. And that's not really normal in this industry. Sometimes you kind of get lackadaisical after you've been in for a while and it's not that much fun anymore, but it has been so much fun here. And we always have new exciting things. I love the fact that the owners spend a lot of They spend a lot of time and effort with market research to find what's new and exciting for us. So we know and we have confidence that they are going to do their part. So, there's very talented people here, and I'm not much of a product person. I use all of our products and I've had amazing results, but I don't educate on products because guess what? We have some very good educators here. So I just do my part. I just bring people and say, take a look at this, and somebody else can educate. So don't think you have to do all of it. Just do your part, and somebody else can fill in those gaps of what you're not that good at. So we make a really, really good team. So thanks, guys, for having me on. I'll throw it back to you, Erin and Kathy.
Awesome. Rhonda, I just love it so much. You're such an inspiration, incredible success story. And one thing that resonates with me that I'm very similar with is that I had never heard of Trinot. And think about that from an opportunity standpoint, seeing a company that is 10 years, now 11 years old, that I'd never heard of. I was like, this is a huge opportunity. And we're going to talk about the comp plan and how you can get paid here in just a minute. But first,
we have an incredible power couple that is going to share with you their business success story. And, it was really a friend of theirs kept trying to tell them about the Daily Health System because she knew that they would benefit so much with it. But little did that friend know that the finance part could also benefit them as well because they were in a really tough spot. So not only has the products transformed their life, I mean, just amazing, but financially as well. So they are Black Diamond leaders on the team. I know they're both on Zoom, so I'm not sure who's going first, but Chris and Heidi Draper, share your amazing story.
Absolutely. I will go first. And yes, we are in different locations. And the best part about that is because of this business. And no, I don't like being away from my husband, but I am currently in California with my family and my sister, because my sister's having a baby tomorrow. So because of this business, I am able to be here and have been able to spend that time and take a couple weeks away from my little family. And, that never would have been possible for us, this time last year. So a little bit about us. We joined this company the very end of May last year in 2024. And yes, Abby, who is probably on here, she had been reaching us out about this company for probably about 9 months, telling us, hey, I think y'all would be amazing at this. Hey, these products are great, all these things. And we, I feel like so many people just pushed her off. No, we don't want to get into that. If you've ever had that experience, drop a 1 in the chat where you're like, no, that's not for me. I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to sell anything, all of those things, kind of those misconceptions. And that's where we were at for probably pretty much most of our life. And so, it took me getting to a point last May where I was at my highest weight ever. I was at 225 pounds. I was miserable. My anxiety was through the roof. Like everything was wrong. Like when you talk about rock bottom, we were rock bottom because not only was I like that, physically, but emotionally, mentally was a mess, and financially. We had, we were kind of serial entrepreneurs where, we couldn't really find like where we were meant to be. I was not the person that wanted to go get a college degree and be a doctor. Like it wasn't my thing. And so I always struggled with finding, my place in this world. And I feel like a lot of people can resonate with that too. Like nothing just fit. And so, we had, done different things and every new thing that we tried and eventually felt like we failed at, it was just kind of this nail in the coffin, right? Where you finally get to that point where you're just like, I don't know what to do. And that's where we were at last May. We, had gone through a business that literally devastated our family. We were losing our house. We could not even barely afford to put food on the table. We were living off macaroni and ramen. We have 3 young boys, and it was a really hard situation. Luckily, we ended up being able to sell our house out of foreclosure, moving into a new house, not knowing how we were going to afford it. Like when I say we were at devastating times, wondering if we were going to be homeless as a family, that's where we were at last May. And it took us getting to that point where Abby messaged us one last time and she's like, look, they just came out with this product. It's called the Daily Health System. She had seen some posts I'd posted about struggling with my weight. And she's like, you should really try it. She actually sent me some products to try, and I finally agreed to try them. And it took maybe 3 days on the products, and I felt like a whole new person. And at that point, I was like, okay, like I had heard about, the how you could become an associate, you could share and earn. I'm like, okay, maybe, I love these products. Maybe I could share, and maybe some people would order and want to help them feel better too. And maybe I could at least pay for my own products, because at that point I didn't even know how I was going to afford the products on my own. And so, we signed up with zero expectations except for maybe being able to cover my products and stay on the products. And what happened was, number one, I now sit here 100 pounds down from these products. My mental health is in check. My literally everything has changed. And that's just the health aspect. My husband will share a little bit about him, but he's down 75 pounds. And our life looks way different, because I shared my story, and that's all it was I started sharing my story with the world, because I knew that there were so many people out there that needed these products in their life above everything else, right? They were just at their low of low, health wise, weight wise, all of those things. I knew I wasn't alone. And what I found was there was so many people out there that were struggling with their weight like I have my entire life, and that have found relief from this. And that not only that, when I started posting about, hey, we decided to join this to maybe earn some extra money to put food on our family's table for one more month, right? So many people need that extra income in their lives right now, especially with the economy, that they wouldn't have said that. I feel like a lot of times we just normal human nature is to keep all that bottled inside, like your struggles with, finances in this. It's embarrassing, right? Nobody wants to say I'm in foreclosure, right? But once I started putting our story out there, so many other people were in the same situations that they're like, I need to do this too. And now we've been able to help thousands and thousands of people not just feel better physically, but financially. And it has changed our family's life. Like I said, the only reason I'm sitting here in California is because that now we can actually afford that, because that was not on the table last May, last April, last May, like any of those times. It would have been a no-go. I would have missed out on those moments. And so it's not only given us, financial, security where we can now cover our house payment without worry, we can put food on the table, but that time freedom to be able to be here and work from here while still being with my family, that's a whole nother icing on the cake, right? It's literally changed our lives 1,000,000%. And to think that we did not want to dive into this, we put it off for a year. Now I kick myself. I'm like, we could have saved ourselves a lot of struggles. But I finally know where we're meant to be, and we are very passionate about these products, this company, and changing people's lives. And it has been the biggest blessing for us. Chris, anything you want to say really quick?
I mean, you said most of it, all of it. I mean, honestly, but I mean, to say that we were broke is just kind of an understatement. It was one of the hardest things when, excuse me, when it was Christmas time. And she was like, "What are we going to get the boys?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we're getting them because we can't afford anything." And it was one of those things where we're just like, and then to watch her like break down, because she never wanted to be in that position. She never wanted to be able to tell the kids that we can't do something, or that we can't afford to do something. But we had to try and put a mask over it. And with that, we're putting a mask over everything. We were living under a mask, and we didn't let the world in. Abby didn't know. And so here's the deal. Like, Abby had no clue who or what we were going through, other than what Heidi had shared slightly on social media about needing to lose weight. And it was we had put such a facade out there that, oh, we're doing okay. We live in an affluent neighborhood in an affluent town, and we're driving, 6-year-old car, 7-year-old cars that we couldn't even afford to take to the shop, that were making sounds like seals when we drove down the road going, ar, 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 ar. I mean, you remember that, Cuddy, your car? Wasn't it beautiful? Okay. And now we drive brand new Jeeps because of this company. So when we say we are thankful and that we express so much gratitude towards the opportunity that this company has given us, that's also an understatement. I mean, it's this company has changed our lives 100% to a point that we almost don't recognize, or we kind of try. I think we try and forget about what it was a year ago. It was 1 year ago next month, right? 1 year ago next month. 2 months when we said yes, finally. So, I mean, if this is something that is even remotely sounds interesting to you and you want to see some sort of change in your life, I mean, why not? Like, why not give it a shot? And don't just give it a shot. Like Rhonda said, jump in. I always make an analogy. I said, when I left the corporate world, Sarah left her paramedic job. I left working for Nestle for 15 years to become an entrepreneur and try and bankrupt my family, fun things like that. But I left with the idea that I was going to burn the lifeboats. There were no lifeboats. And because there were no lifeboats, it makes you just want to try harder. And that's where I'll leave you. So I'll pass it back to you, Aaron and Kathy.
Wow. Wow.
Yep. I mean, how many of you guys can relate with their story? I mean, we've been there. We've struggled. We didn't know how we were gonna buy diapers, had cars repossessed. Like it's a struggle. It's being on the struggle bus and you're like, hey, let me off at the next stop because this is not fun. And it is very relatable. There's a statistic that 56% of Americans cannot handle $1,000 emergency. And we've been there. And so if you guys have related with that, just know that you extremely are not alone and things can change like that if you make a decision. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to you and you guys can share with them the amazing opportunity that has changed all of our lives.
All right, guys, for the sake of time, I'm going to be going through this quickly tonight. So buckle up and let's go through how this opportunity can transform your life financially. All right. Step one, we have a proven system. You heard Rhonda talk about it. We have a proven system that was part of what attracted us to be a part of this as well. We're going to get you plugged into those systems once you get started. You're going to be able to share these high impact products with a fully done for you mobile app. You have one of these cell phone things. The mobile app is included at no additional charge, and we provide for you all of the marketing material, all of the posts, what to do on social media, and you're going to start getting paid commission. So let's talk about the compensation plan very quickly. And by the way, when you get back to the person who invited you here, they can get you even more details and help you get started. So number one is you will be getting paid when you refer customers. So think about any time you go and you share a restaurant that you love with all of your friends. Does the restaurant ever pay you a kickback from all the people you sent to the restaurant? No. Well, with Trinot, not only are they going to pay you up to $10 for every single product that is purchased by your customers once, they're going to pay you that month after month after month. That is residual income. Every time your customers order, you're getting paid again and again. We also have a launch bonus, and this is for when you refer someone who wants to also become an entrepreneur. You probably know some people in today's economy that could use some extra income. So when you refer someone to the business, they're going to pay you up to $200 as a launch bonus incentive. Now, you heard the Drapers talk about their Jeeps. This is one of the really cool things that got me excited. I was like, wait a minute, they're going to pay us to drive a new Jeep? Yes, they are. From $350 up to $500 a month. You can go to jeepearners.com and see like 100 Jeeps that have happened because of this team. There's actually hundreds more that aren't even on the website. Here's just a quick snapshot of some of them, but this is a real thing. And the company, on top of all the other commissions, they are going to pay you to drive a new Jeep. If you are on here and you have a Jeep because of Tranat, I want you to comment right now in the chat, I have a Jeep, or I love my Jeep, or something, so that all the guests can see who else has a Jeep. It's pretty cool. Now, let's talk about some of the other ways we get paid. One of the first things that we are going to do is set you up on a plan to make $500 minimum. And this is just a $500 bonus in your first 30 days. So for all the guests who are watching, if you would like to get a $500 bonus in your first 30 days, drop 500 right now in the chat. Let's go. Let's see it. Who wants to make 500 bucks in your first 30 days? Okay. That is one of the first goals that we're going to set up, and a game plan that we're going to set up for you once you get started. And that's just one of the bonuses. After your first 30 days, how would you like to get another $500 every single month? And that's exactly what's possible with the Accelerator bonus. Now, just a quick game plan, okay? When you refer 3 people, you're going to get $300. These are just some examples, all right? You're going to refer some customers. You're going to get that $500 Run to Jade bonus. You're also going to get a rank bonus. We're going to talk about that really quick. And your Jeep bonus, we're looking at $1,500. This is something we can help you do in your first month. It's a game plan that we want to set you up for. So this was probably the biggest piece for us coming from this industry. We've been doing direct sales, home-based businesses, social selling, network marketing for 20 years, and I'd never seen this before. This is a monthly base pay. So I want you to screenshot this, and I want you to look at this very closely. At the very first rank, the company is going to pay you $250 monthly pay, plus if and when you get a Jeep, they're going to give you another $350 on top of that. So this column here that's highlighted, and by the way, it goes much higher, by the way, which is pretty outrageous. I just stopped it at $40,000 a month. My question for you is, what would be a number that would change your life? And whatever that monthly income is, these are what we call base pays. What does that mean exactly? It means that when you are at this rank that you see, the company is going to pay you this amount every single month. If you're loving base pay, okay, and you're on here as an associate, comment, I love base pay, so everyone can see who's getting base pay right now. And for the guests who are watching, I want you to think of your number. And when you get back to the person who invited you, I want you to tell them what your monthly base pay number is that you'd like to achieve in the short term. And they're going to set up a game plan to help you hit that rank and earn that monthly pay. We also have, this is like a builder / leadership bonus. It's a one-time thing. There's already people that have cashed in on not just 1,000. You can see where I'm circling here. This is $1,000 bonus, one-time paid. Another $3,000 bonus, another 5, and then another 10. This is $19,000 that you can actually get paid for those who are super motivated. And the person who invited you here can explain all of this to you or get you that information. But I just want you to see what is on the table. And there are people that have cashed in on all of this. It's an extra 19 grand. So if that's got you motivated right now, okay, I need that, then again, let the person know who invited you and they can explain more about how that works. So what we're going to do now is we're going to close this out, and then we're going to do an exciting giveaway, as you guys know. But we need to quickly share with you how to get started. And so there are 3 very simple options. Number 1 is what we call a starter pack. And you can see the prices here. This is $299. So when somebody says, how much does it cost to start this business? It's actually $99. $99 is the cost to become an associate, to have this multi-million-dollar business, all the tools, all the systems, all the training, $99. And in this $299, it includes the $99. It's built into that price. And what are you going to get with the starter pack? You get the Enrich, which Kathy talked about, and you get the DHS, the Daily Health System that Tina talked about. This is like the trifecta. You get all three. Okay. Here's why I recommend getting the Builder Pack, because you're getting more products. You can see the price here, $499. That also includes the $99 is in that price. And you're getting more product. When you go to the website, you'll be able to dissect this a little further and see what those products are. But this is going to set you up a little bit better. Why? Because you're getting more product. But the ultimate and the best way to get started to set yourself up for maximum success. When we got started, which by the way, I want to relate real quick with Katie. She said that the mistake she made was waiting a year. Guess what? We made that mistake too. Okay. Tina reached out to us and it took us a year before we finally got started. Don't make that mistake that Katie made, that we made. We wish we had started sooner. And when Tina said, hey, do you want to maximize your income? Do you want to get paid the most amount possible? I was like, yes, we need to make as much money as possible. She said, great. Well, then you want to go all in. You want to get the big pack. And that is our Elite Builder Pack. And there are actually three major incentives I'm going to give you really quick on why this Elite Builder Pack is going to be the best option. Number one is your $99 is waived. You don't pay the $99. How cool is that? It's completely waived. You're saving $100 right off the top. Number two, we have a big leadership event that you're invited to. It's in Vegas. I think it's in June.
It's in October.
It's in October. I got the months all wrong. Okay. So our next big event is in Vegas in October. And guess what? The event ticket is included with the Elite Builder Pack. That's a $200 value. You're saving that right off the top. It includes your ticket to that event in Vegas. You can be there with us. And it also comes with 500 in volume. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I just want you to know that 500 in volume counts towards your ranks in the comp plan, which is going to allow for you to accelerate your rank advancement, which will do what? Accelerate your earnings. It helps you rank up faster with that Elite Builder bundle. Now, here's the cool thing. No matter which way you join any of these packs, you're in, and you have full potential with the compensation plan. And one thing you can do that's really cool, you've heard a lot about these new products that have just launched. So here's what you want to do. When you go to the website of the person who referred you and you choose your pack, you can also click continue shopping. And you can add on some creatine. You can add on some protein. You can add on some For Her. Any of the other products that you want to try, you can add that in addition to your starter pack. So keep that in mind. And with that being said, we just want to be the first to welcome you to the Tranat family. We are so excited that you're going to be getting started with us. This is going to transform your life just like it has for ours and for thousands of other associates all around the world. So get back to the person who invited you and get started today. You'll be glad you did.